Everyone, and thank you all for joining us this Sunday evening for WSLS at 6. I'm Duke Carter. Well, one person is dead after a shooting in Roanoke Saturday night. Police were called to the 2400 block of Delta Drive in the Lansdowne area. And when police arrived, they found two people with gunshot wounds. One of the victims died at the hospital. The other is expected to be okay. Their names have not yet been released. No arrests have been made. Anyone with information should contact Roanoke Police. Meanwhile, police in Lynchburg are investigating a malicious wounding that happened at an apartment complex. Just before 9 p.m. Saturday night, police were called to the Lynchburg River Lofts, and when they arrived to the 1000 block of Jefferson Street, they found a man who had been shot. Police say that man is Joseph Sanzone, a prominent Lynchburg attorney. Well, he was taken to the hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No word on a suspect. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Search crews are continuing their efforts for a missing Rockbridge County man who disappeared in the Maury River Friday night. Crews continued their search early this morning with the help from several groups, including the Bedford County Special Operations Command. The man went missing around 9 p.m. Friday night, right off of 21st Street. Authorities say two men attempted to cross the river on foot, and when one fell and disappeared. Police have not yet released the name of the man they are searching for, but say he is between the age of 50 and 55. Well, a Bedford family is searching for answers after a loved one disappeared 15 years ago. Today, people came together to raise awareness about that case. I was actually out there talking to the family, and they hope that, well, no one will forget about their loved one. Well, some emergency crews spent the day fine-tuning their skills at Smith Mountain Lake Park. About a dozen emergency workers from Virginia Department of Game and Inland Fisheries to Smith Mountain Lake State Park Police participated in a mass casualty training exercise. Crews had to rescue people in a boat that hit an unknown object in the water. Officials say one goal is to try and figure out how all emergency crews can work together efficiently.
We're very blessed here at Smith Mountain Lake to be in a very rural area like we're in and to have a marine fire company. That marine fire company bridges a gap here at the lake that most other places don't have.
Young says this is the first training exercise of this magnitude in the history of Smith Mountain Lake. A house fire in Danville left a mom and her child homeless. Firefighters were called to the 800 block of Noble Avenue just after 5:30 Saturday night. When they arrived, crews found fire and heavy smoke coming from the windows of the first floor kitchen. Two people were inside, a mother and her child, and they both were luckily able to escape to get out before firefighters arrived. There is heavy smoke, heat, fire, and water damage to the house. And get this, the cause, well, is believed to be unattended cooking. The Red Cross is helping the family. UVA Alumni for Change march in support of Martise Johnson. The group went from the rotunda to the President's House on Carr's Hill. Well, this comes after Martise's bloody arrest by ABC agents last month outside a corner bar. The group organized its rally Saturday to demand the university make changes and be more welcoming to African Americans. In a hand-delivered letter to the president, Teresa Sullivan, the group wants UVA to triple the number of enrolled African American students by 2020 and increase the number of black tenured faculty to 15%.
And that there are resources around and that's supportive of these students, and so that they can, feel at home here just like everyone else.
Alumni say they are continuing to help Martise raise money for any legal defense he needs, as well as just show him some support. Hillary Clinton makes it official and declares her 2016 run for the White House. The candidate, who declared she had cracked the glass ceiling back in 2008, is looking to make history in 2016 as the first female president of the United States. Although the announcement itself is low-key, both parties see her as the candidate to beat. Closer to home, this week the Virginia General Assembly reconvenes for its annual veto session. That's when lawmakers vote on vetoes and amendments proposed by Governor Terry McAuliffe. One issue expected to get plenty of attention is data collection. Two bills passed by the General Assembly would limit all recordings taken by police not related to criminal investigations to 7 days. The governor offered his own amendments, limiting license plate reader information to 60 days and leaving no limitations on other recordings.
What we need is a 21st century Fourth Amendment, which helps to protect citizens from the government overreaching and collecting large amounts of data indiscriminately.
Others argue the information is necessary to help police with ongoing investigations. The General Assembly meets in Richmond on Wednesday. Well, check this out. Reading reviews online can be helpful, but only if what you're reading is true, right? Well, still ahead in a WSLS 10 Consumer Watch, the tips to keep in mind when doing online research to make sure you're getting the best information. We'll be right back.